The cake's at the pub already that
Right.
Shirley's donated, so we've got that to add into.
Right, well, prize number one has got to be the money, isn't it?
£75.
Right, so there you go then, love. Pull your number one sticker off and stick it
Yeah,
on
but I
it.
can't do that because I haven't got Dave's
Okay, the envelope. That's all right, leave him on there then.
Okay.
Right, what's number
two?
That first bottle you got now, what is it? Cider with fruit, okay.
Okay. Number 3.
What, the whiskey? And then chocolates. Is it Terry's?
Yep. That was my mum's wish to have 3 hampers done every year of Josie's draw.
Who does them now, Jose?
Ruth Wheeler.
Oh, does she? Bless her heart. Oh, lovely.
Ruth
Lovely.
does them, and she's done them ever since my mum died. Ruth have took over, and Ruth does the hampers for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Swanee's got a bit of a bad throat still, but he's hoping his tonsils.
Long as he'll sing my favourite song, I don't care.
You do that bit. A car briefcase organiser. That sounds good, doesn't it? That's number 13, right?
Long as he does my favourite song, that does.
What's your favourite then?
Mine, Crystal Chandeliers.
Oh, right. How far did you get, Richard, with the numbers?
Oh, I've done loads of numbers just in case.
Up to?
Up as far as 66, but I don't suppose.
I reckon we should be all right that then, yeah.
Aren't people generous? I think it's amazing what you've got here.
Isn't it? And that's all done by local people donating.
Yes.
And that's what makes Josie's draw so special. And it's 25 years now that she's been doing it. And it's always been done by all of her friends and family.
Cake.
She goes, yeah, that's 28, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She goes round. Well, I don't suppose you have to beg too much nowadays. I think people almost throw them at you, don't they?
Yeah.
The prizes.
And I do a tombola in August, and I've even got stuff now for my tombola.
Well, for next August?
Yeah.
See, on top of that, Jan, there's a couple of really big... Is it both cuddly toys, love, is it?
There's 2 cuddly toys, and there is a shop that's in Richard's car at the moment. Now, this shop has got all bits and pieces attached like a dollhouse.
Oh.
And Roger has actually put a reserve price of £20 on it. So if it doesn't go for £20, I think Roger might buy it and let it have his kids in America.
All right.
But
Yeah.
he has put a reserve price on it.
So you've got a draw and you've
an
got
auction.
an
An
auction.
auction. If I haven't got enough, I should go out and buy some more.
No, you don't want to do that.
Oh, you've got plenty, mate. You've got to go home at some stage.
Well, hey, what is that, love?
42.
Yeah, I know that, but what is it?
Somebody at the nursing home knew about Josie's raffle, and they actually gave me it.
Oh, some blended palace rosé. Brilliant.
That's number
Right.
55.
Yeah. And then the last one is your hamper.
I had a group of, I think it was 8 or 9 Russian women come to, because Perm in Russia is twinned with Oxford. In fact, I saw some of them yesterday. And I talked to them, it was all organised as work in the community, and I told them about Spadgers. They just couldn't believe it. You know, that basically it's Bampton people having fun, making money, so that senior citizens can have fun.
Yes.
And invariably a lot of money is recycled, because a lot of these prizes will have come from Bampton pensioners.
Yes.
You
And
know.
without the Buckingham's family and my family, I couldn't do
Couldn't do
that
it,
one,
no.
because my family helped me organise it and do it for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
And John, he doesn't want to go on the committee, but he always does things. He's always behind the scenes to help me.
We're very lucky on Spadgers with that, to have a gang of helpers. They don't want to be on the committee, they don't want to be making decisions or anything, but you bet your life, if we've got the marquee to put up or something like that, they're all
Or
there.
bonfire
doing it.
night.
Bonfire.
John's there.
Last week the rain was absolutely going right through us, and Alan Dunbar and I was able to keep jumping in my vehicle to keep dry. Poor John, he was stuck in that absolute pouring rain and it's coming out the bottom of your shoes. Terrible. But that's what it's all about.
By the time you're waiting for something
Josie. I got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it.
I'd like to thank everybody who has donated raffle prizes, because every raffle prize has been given free for Josie's 25th anniversary. I'd like to thank Alan for having Josie's raffle here, and will Kathy come up to me, please? Thank you. And now, before my cousin Richard, who has been up with me all day from Reading, he's going to pull the first ticket out. But before that, I think Mark wants to say a few words.
Josie started the idea of this draw 25 years ago. And whilst Josie is known as doing this draw every year, raising money for the Spadgers, what some people don't appreciate is that Josie works all year, not just for this draw, but she tends to arrange all the other raffles. She works tirelessly for the Spadgers. And as I say, this is her 25th year, and I think when she started it, I don't think she could ever have envisaged that A, it would go for 25 years, and B, just how important a thing it would be for the village. Now, the Spadgers are going to honour Josie. She doesn't know this, but after Christmas there is going to be a Spadgers meal, which Josie is going to be invited to, at which time there will be a presentation to Josie. Not just because of this, but also because of all the other marvellous work you do working for the Spadgers throughout the year. So can you just give Josie a massive round of applause? Thank you. Just one other thing in relation to Spadgers. You see these things going on through the village throughout the year. There's the garage sale, there's the shirt race, the donkey derby, the firework display, the various draws that go on, and the quiz night. What you probably don't realise is the Spadgers every year on the 1st of January, when we set out for that year, we probably have to raise somewhere in the region of £12,000 in order to carry on doing what we do for the old age, the elderly of Bampton, in order to do the trips to the seaside, in order to provide the cash at Christmas, in order to provide other things, shopping trips, etc. So I thank you all, because without the people of Bampton it would be absolutely impossible to carry on the way we do. So give yourselves a round of applause, and then I'm going to go Richard to come and call the first ticket. Well done, Bampton. Thank you very, very much. I'm now going to call upon Richard to come and draw the first ticket. It's over there behind Josie. The first prize is £75.
Big Will.
And the ticket number is, hopefully got the name on the back as well.
Horace Holyfield.
Horace Holyfield has won the top prize, £75. Now,
Somebody, Andy Briggs.
Andy Briggs. Andy Briggs has won the bottle of whiskey. Next prize, a hamper.
Possibly Ed Maloney.
Possibly Ed Maloney.
Well, I
Make
can't
your mind
read
up.
that. You read that
I
then.
haven't got my glasses on. 200-926 is the phone number.
Ed Maloney.
Ed Maloney.
Ed Maloney.
We've decided it's Ed Maloney. Caroline Terror the Clown has won a hamper. This is the last prize this evening. Is a bottle of Black. What are these people accumulating around here? Black Tower wine. Oh, this has got a stamp. This is very official. Don Rouse, Lou Cross. Can he afford a rubber stamp now with his name? Is it too important to write it? Oh, for God's sake. The only man that types his own raffle tickets. Don Rouse. What?
I'm going to say, in my 25th year, we have made £750 for the old folk of Bampton.
Right, I thought we were going to do a speech there. Right, we're going to do an auction. First thing we're going to do, we've got 3 things to auction. We've got a hand-built doll's house, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's very well built. And it's pretty immaculate. It will make somebody a very, very nice Christmas present. And then we've got 2 cuddly toys. So come on, who's going to put this in? This needs to make more than 20 quid. So come on, somebody, give me a bid for this. Third and last time, £25. That kind gentleman there. Big round of applause. That kind gentleman's just said auction it again. £10 I've got. This is immaculate. £10. I'm going to sell it for £10. £10 once, twice. Third and last time, £10. You did well there, didn't you? £1 a bid. £5. 10. 15. No, sorry, he's on 15. You'll have to go 16. £16 sold to the landlord. Yay! £17 once, twice, £20. You're going to buy this for 20 quid now, you know, aren't you? £20, selling it once, selling twice, third and the last time for 20 quid. You're going to take it home. I'm not auctioning that again. Give that man 20 quid.
When Josie said it was £750, Linda and Bob Baird from across the road, my old house, they actually donated £50 to Josie's draw, and then whatever you raised on the auction.
This is mathematics gone mad. So we made £870. So can I just thank the musicians tonight and thank you for your support, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Alan.
16 quid.
20 quid.
Oh!
Hang on, did you say what? 800 what?
I can't remember now. What did I just say? 870, 880.
Pound from the till, please! Can we have pound?
No, it's a tenner we need, Alan, to get the 900. Put your hands in your pockets. Josie needs 9 quid to make it Oh, it's a tenner now. Look, that's now 901. We've got to keep going. Come on, go. Okay, we'll have to keep going. £901, Josie. When we add this up on this over, it'll probably be nothing like that, but never mind. £901. Thank you very much, everybody. That was absolutely marvellous. Thanks, Janet, for filming it. Wonderful. See you all again next year at Josie's 26th. Well done, Josie, and thank you.
There was a beautiful toy shop for sale, or for auction. Who made that?
I don't know who made it, but the person gave it to Roger Snow to do what he wanted with it, and Roger thought the best value and the best idea and the best value was to have it for Josie's raffle, which it made quite a lot of money on the night to help Josie's raffle make £900.
How many years have you actually been involved with Spadgers?
I started with the Spadgers when I was 16 years of age, And it all started off, Reg Rouse did cloakroom attendant at Colville's Spadger's ball. Every year they used to have an annual ball. John Quick founded the ball, and they wanted someone to take over from Reg Rouse. And at the time my mum was a little bit hesitant for me to go, and Frank, who was then chairman, and Don, who was then vice chairman, said, Joan, we'll make sure that she gets home. And I'm talking of 3-4 o'clock in the morning. But it was nice to see the people out in their gowns. And what we used to do, I used to take the coats, put them on a coat hanger, and put a cloakroom ticket to the coat. At the end of the night, they used to come up to me, collect their coat, and might have put a few bob in the thing, which I always used to hand over back to the Spadgers. I also used to do a little bit of washing up there, and it was quite an interesting night. Then it sort of faded off, and then Josie's raffle appeared and sort of took the place of Colville's ball. But that's when I started, and I've been with the Spadgers 32 years now.
That's absolutely wonderful. So you've done it since you were a girl?
Since I was a young kid, yes. Not been on the committee all that long time. It was Ruth and Don that actually persuaded me to go on the committee. They said I do so much for the village. This was back in those days, and they said it would be better to have more light and you would understand more if you come on to the committee. And I said to Don, all right, I'll come on the committee on one condition. And he said, what's that? I don't do no writing. And I haven't done no writing from that day to this, but I have got more confidence in myself, and I do have a little bit more to say about what's going on in the village. But yeah, that's how I come to be on the committee.
That's wonderful. So you've helped the village with all the work you've done, and by taking part it's actually helped you as well.
Yes.
How lovely.
Yeah.
Just as it should be. One side helping one and then gaining something
That's
back
right.
again.
And gaining confidence to speak to the committee and to bring your things. Because
Yes.
I just don't do Josie's raffle. I do Donkey Derby, Tombolo, which is mostly done with the work I do. I collect stuff all year round, and I do a tombola with my family, and I've done that for a number of years on Donkey Derby Day. I also help with the quiz on quiz night, as you know, because you there and you take
That's usually in
part.
April, isn't it?
That's right, in April, and I do the raffle and sell the quiz sheets, which we have quiz sheets on throughout January, trivia quiz sheets, all these things that I do part of the Spadgers, but my main event is Josie's raffle,
Who
which I've
helps
done.
you set the questions for that trivia quiz?
Dave Gardner. Dave does the actual paper. I sell the questions and hand the money into the Spadgers. Dave answers the questions, and we have answer sheets that we hand back in to the various people.
You say your mother suggested doing the boxes, the grocery boxes.
Yes.
Who does those now?
Well, I save up the goodies, and my auntie from Swindon goes and gets me some stuff from the supermarket, which is cheaper and things. But my great friend Ruth Wheeler parcels them together, and since my late mum died, which is 5 years ago now, she parcels them together for me and arranges them for me as a nice thing. As you saw on the night, they were quite nice. How it all started, Swanee Lane was singing in the pub one night, and we had a few things indoors, and Mum said, I don't know, I've a good mind to see if we could have a raffle. She said, why don't you ring Don and see if Don agrees? So Don said, yeah, I can't see why not. And in them days, it was the clock room tickets, so you could only just sell them in the pub. But in them days, I did a small football round. And one person, in fact, it was Don and Janet's relation actually, said, oh, if you're going to have a raffle, I'll have a few pounds worth.
Yes.
Pauline and Colin, yeah. They started me off with my very first Josie's raffle at the pub for the Talbot. And then it snowballed from then on, and Mum said, well, we'll continue it and we'll call it Josie's Draw in them days, and gone from Josie's Draw to Josie's Raffle. And as it got bigger, we went to proper tickets because we had to by law. And Don every Josie's Day used to come down and see my late parents, Mum and Dad, had a chat with them because he was an old friend of the family, and had an old friend, did what he did, numbered them from 1 to whatever, and from £150 now to my record this year of £900, and this is in my 25th year of Josie's Raffle.
That is wonderful. I'm hugely impressed by the number of people who, year on year, just help you without being asked with your raffle and your tombola. I think it's the most wonderful village feeling.
Well, since my 25th year, I have been to Duckingham Bingo, and people have tapped me on the shoulder and have said how wonderful your work that you do. I will give you a prize for your next raffle. And by being in the paper, you'd be surprised. I went to Swindon Outlet Shop with the elderly people only last week, and people have come and said, well done, Josie, what you've done for Bampton. And there was 2 or 3 people who didn't even know me and said, at last we have met Josie, now we know who you are and what you do for the village. Me and Lynn went down to Lynn Pointer, committee member. We went down to Rosebank before the outing for the outlet centre. I was allowed to go with Lynn, being it's my 25th year, to actually present Rosebank with £100 cheque for the elderly people for Christmas. And we met the matron or whatever there, and she was very, very nice. She shook both my hands and she said, Josie, keep up the good work, what you've done for the village. She said, it's not very often I meet someone who've done so much for Bampton. And she said, well done, keep it up. You've had good achievement in your 25th year. And Janet, I have, because wherever I've gone, people acknowledge me more not only in village but outside the village through the publicity of the Witney Gazettes and the Oxford Mail.